I just wanted to do an update. I'm listening to the audiobook Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. It's really cool. It's an autobiography, I believe he wrote it himself, about the founder of Nike and just the stages that he went through and the things that were on his mind and stuff. And one of the things he said he wished he did more of was take personal journal or take notes and record some of the conversations that he was having about his business. So I'm going to take a little leaf out of that book, and I think it's part of the reason why I'm doing this podcast is more for myself really than anything. At the moment, building the website, which is having to do it just to do my application for Zoho CRM partnership, so that I can work with them and get tied into the subscription. So get a percentage of the people that I bring onto Zoho. And yeah, so I keep getting caught down the rabbit hole of trying to build this website and trying to build it basically more like a sales funnel type website, and then get in depth and start putting all this energy and thought into it and realizing I just need, right now, I'm not driving traffic to the website, so I just need something that shows presence. So I have delayed the amount of time that I'm spending on it, or minimized the time so that I'm not putting too much time in it and delaying everything else. So yeah, there's a few things that's happening at the moment. I'm doing the sales training for Sungain Solar for Shane's new sales reps that he's bringing on. I was originally trying to do no less than 3 people at the same time, but I'm pretty tight on money at the moment. So, and he's hired one person. I'm just like, fuck it. It's $1,000 per sales rep up front, and then I get tied into their results, which should be anywhere between $5 and $9,000 basically. So let's say $7,000 of commissions based on the results that of the sales results that they bring in. So it's still pretty well worth it. It just, it takes like 3 to 4 months for the sales to come through, plus the installs. So maybe it actually takes up to 6 months to get the money through. But it's good because I'm now training the second person, and so I should have a bit of a stream coming through from the efforts, which is really going to help when I put all that money back into the business. Basically, what I'm seeing is what is a kind of a successful strategy, at least for Nike and just a few other businesses that I've read about and heard about, is just putting all the money back into the business, and not spending it, not taking a salary, and sort of living a little bit poorer in lifestyle and putting all that money back into the business or back into learning, or learning is a fantastic thing. So maybe even learning, like playing with learning advertising and trialing out different marketing methods and reading books and doing courses and just all of it, basically, like, and not like buying a nice car or buying a house or something, like basically that's the framework. And if you can keep doing that year on year, the lessons you learn from doing that compound. And even if the business did fall and you weren't able to take any money from it, you would still have all those lessons that you learn along the way, and you'd be able to bring a business to that scale a lot faster the second time around. And that's kind of what I'm doing with Sales Launches, because I know how to start a solar company, and we've done a lot of testing and learning and trialing out different different price points, different sales strategies, and different offers, and different electricians and different suppliers, and so it's quite easy for me to go, hey, do this, and this is the way you should. One of my old business colleagues, who I used to he got me into Tasmania selling solar. He wants my help now to bring he's got 2 brands of solar. One's like face-to-face, door-to-door, and then he wants to create a second one, which is more online-based, and he wants to set up a team in Australia, where he's taking my advice on all of that. And so that should be a very big project. And so I'm finishing this website, and then the next thing I'm doing is getting the proposal out to him of exactly what I want involved. It's a complete build from scratch. So I've had to set some boundaries on my involvement because I could build my own solar company from scratch. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the person that's operating it. So I've had to be very clear about that. And in my proposal, I will again be very clear about that. But I think it's about a 3-month project, maybe 4, probably 4. And if done the way that I think it will be done, I should be able to get that number per salesperson doubled that I was talking about with SunGain. So I should be able to get between 10 and 14 grand. I suppose 10 and 18, so say 14 grand from each salesperson. So I'll probably triple the amount of sales, but because it's a new company, we might not go too hard on margins initially, just to get it up and running and get the cash flow. And we're going to bring on 4 salespeople. So yeah, and then plus a 15 grand charge to build it all, and then I want to get tied into the different lead providers that I'm going to be connecting the business with ongoing, and possibly stock providers as well. So yeah, it could be, it's a really good one because it is everything. So it is really going to, I know how to do everything and I've done it for myself, but this one's really going to show, it's going to show all of the cracks, all of the areas that I'm good at and all of the areas that I'm not good at, and it's going to put me to the test. It's going to remind me again of what areas that I should be focusing on as my strengths. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about it. It's definitely the first big customer, and I'm attending what's called All Energy Australia. It's like a renewable energy, basically solar event. It's like a conference in Melbourne. I'm really, really tight on money at the moment. So like the $550 I'm spending on flights is like, but I'm going to do it because I think I attended a solar event in my last podcast in Perth here, and it was very small, but I just can see the value in building these relationships with people. And this is another thing that Phil Knight is talking about, is just how some random interactions can turn into relationships. And I think it's true, very much so. You never know how it's going to turn out with someone. It could turn out fantastic or not so. But I'd rather approach every relationship with openness and optimism, and see. The book The Mom Test is actually sort of sitting in my mind a lot more than I thought it did initially after reading it. I thought, this is all pretty straightforward stuff, but really I think the way of having conversations with people to sort of uncover more about them is a really strong sales skill. So that has had a reasonable impact on. It's funny, it actually kind of ties right well into Less Impressed, More Involved. This is what we're talking about Matthew McConaughey's book Green Lights. He talks about, instead of being so impressed with yourself, be more involved with the people that are in your life, and get to be involved in their lives and see how you can be helpful and help them and learn about them. And it's kind of the similar idea with the mom test, is you're learning more about the person rather than talking about yourself. And I think that comes a lot from putting your ego aside, maybe even just fucking accepting that it's just an ego, fuck off. There's so many areas where I notice my ego coming out, and I've still been doing meditation quite a lot. I probably skipped a lot of the evenings, but the mornings, so I do think it's been really beneficial to understand where I'm at, where I'm feeling, how I'm feeling about things, and a little bit more, I suppose, less stuck in my head and more sort of trusting my feelings, because I think our feelings are a lot wiser than we may, at least I can say, have given credit to in the past. There's those gut feelings that you have, or the way that you feel with someone, and we might push it aside or something. But really, your intuition, I suppose, is what they call it. But it feels like a second. It feels like a second way of looking, and maybe a better way of looking at things is understanding how you feel about things. and trusting that. Yeah, I've definitely been doing that. So yeah, that's just a little update on everything. Until next time.